Hey guys, Amanda here at Bare Bones Living, and today is a gorgeous August day. We have been having so much heat and so much volatile weather. Lots of rain, lots of possible tornadoes, high winds, crazy weather. But today, it's been really hot. But today it was only a high of 75 degrees. And that is such a relief. And because it's been raining so much, I haven't been wanting to harvest a lot of my produce because I don't want it to be watered down from all the rain. So we haven't had rain in a couple days, and I have so many peppers that I need to harvest and preserve because I could not possibly use all these peppers. I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. So I'm going to start here with my Anaheim. I'm going to start here with my Anaheim pepper plant. I used these the other day, and I preserved some of our tomatoes. I diced them up and cooked them up with some diced Anaheim peppers and made my own homemade rotel. And now the plant is chock full of peppers, and so I'm just going to chop these all up and freeze them for later use to add to tomatoes and chilies and things like that. And right next door I have quite a few ripe cayenne peppers that I'm going to be harvesting. Then next to that I have this big bush of these Sugar Rush peach peppers, and it is absolutely loaded. However, none of these, as you can see, are ripe. They're still like a greenish yellow. We have some really big sized ones. They're gorgeous, but they're not ripe yet. They haven't turned that beautiful peach color. So they are just full on here, but I just have to be patient and wait for them to ripen. So I'm not going to be touching those today, but I am going to be harvesting all of these other cayenne peppers as well. And I'm going to be dehydrating these, making red pepper flakes that I love to use on pizza and things like that, and some cayenne pepper powder. I also have lots of jalapenos to harvest, and these tam jalapenos, I have quite a few here to harvest. And then here is my California Wonder bell peppers. There's like 6 or so on this plant. And my sweet chocolate bell pepper looks like it's finally all ripe and got that nice chocolate coloring to them. So just from this Anaheim plant, I harvested all of the peppers. Most of them are ginormous. A couple of them were a little smaller, but I just decided to take them all. I got 21 in all, and we still have, I think, a couple buds here that might produce something, but that is a ton of Anaheim chilies. Moving on to my cayenne pepper harvest. This plant here is my red flame cayenne, and I got 7 beautiful can't really see that. They're beautifully red, thin cayenne peppers from that plant. Very happy with that. And then I skipped over the Sugar Rush Peach because those aren't ready. And then this is my Red Ember cayenne plant. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I did not mean to get 2 different kinds of cayenne peppers. But so as what happens sometimes when you're ordering, you forget what you already bought. And so I ended up with the 2 varieties. I decided to grow them to see if I liked either one of them better or if they tasted any different or anything like that. I have noticed that this Red Ember plant is bigger, fuller. It has produced more peppers and at a quicker, they ripened faster than the Red Flame peppers have, and the fruit are much fatter than the Red Flame. So like this is a Red Ember pepper and this is a Red Flame pepper. So they look a little different. I don't know if they'll taste any different. And I got 11 ripe cayennes off of this Red Ember plant with quite a few more to ripen. And like I said, this plant looks healthier, happier, it's producing more, many more, and they're bigger fruit. So those are my observations with the cayenne so far. Like I said, I got 11 from this one, and I got 7 from that one. So I guess I'll just move on to my jalapenos next. Here is my pepper harvest. I got 9 of these Tam jalapenos. These are the ones that ripened before my early jalapenos did, which made me giggle. And they are like a longer narrow fruit. And then my early jalapenos, I got 17 of those. And these are just like little squatty fat fruit, all of them. So it took them a long time to produce, even though they're called an early jalapeno. But they're finally starting to put on some fruit. And I'd say that's a pretty good harvest of jalapenos there. When it came to my bell peppers, I only harvested 3 of these California Wonder peppers. There's still quite a few of them on here, but I want to leave them on a little bit longer to see if any of them will ripen up more, or I think that they might turn a little bit more red, or become a red pepper when they're fully ripe. So I figured I would harvest a couple of green peppers, leave a couple to harvest as red peppers, and then with these sweet chocolate peppers, I noticed, I was about to grab them, and I noticed that a lot of them are not fully ripened. So I'm just going to leave them for the time being and let them get even more ripe and not harvest any of those ones just yet. My Corbaci sweet peppers are still going strong. I have a couple of ripe ones in here that I'm gonna be harvesting. This plant I am growing in a grow bag, and honestly I've been kind of neglectful with my grow bags. I haven't been watering and replacing the soil nutrients as much as I should. So you can see that the plant itself under this tomatillo is pretty sad looking. I think if I give it just a little bit of TLC here, and it's you know, kind of getting crowded out by these tomatillos, I think the plant will bounce back just fine, and there's easily 2 dozen or more peppers on here that will ripen up just fine for me. As I mentioned, I've been quite neglectful with my container gardens, and this orange bell pepper is very evident by that. It's got 3 fruit on it that are very dainty little fruit. The plant looks pathetic, so that's my fault, and I'll just have to do better. And we still have time yet in our growing season that I could probably salvage some good peppers off of this one, but this is definitely a epic fail in my book of gardening this season. Over in my pollinator garden, I have my Jalapenos plant there, where you can see I have quite a few Jalapenos, and one's even turning red. Again, another pathetic potted pepper plant that I have, but I'll harvest those. I just don't want to confuse them with the spicy jalapenos that I have in the basket right now. And then here I have the giant Marconi, and they are just starting to ripen. So I'm going to add some fertilizer and water these guys and give them a little TLC that I have not been giving them lately. So this is what I harvested from all those plants. I've given a couple to my brother, but we got some good peppers going on here. And now I have to process them all. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.